Welcome back to another episode of Bagged Milk. I'm your host, Brian Bridges, and this is an episode like no other. This is a special episode. This is an episode to continue all the episodes. This is the first episode of 2021. You know what that means? COVID's gone. No. Obviously fucking not. Obviously not. This is many days into 2021, actually, and it's still here. It's still rampant. I don't know if people thought things were going to change because of the clock changed, because the earth rotated around the sun. Did you think it was going to change because of that? Does it change when the earth turns one time and then the sun comes back up? If you thought it was going to change just because the earth went around one time, well, it wouldn't do it those other times. So why the fuck would it do it this time? Not only did it not go anywhere, your boy B, Papa B, he got it. He got it bad. Not really bad. Not at all. I did get it, though. My whole family got it. My whole family. And it was all pretty good, to be honest. Like, I know there's people out there, they're dying, but not me. Honestly, I don't think I would have got it unless I worked as much as I did. I felt like I put myself at a disadvantage, and that's why I got it. Like, I was run down, man. Of course I'm going to get it. I'm healthy AF. Healthy as fuck. Do you think I'm going to get COVID? Really? Look at this. Look at these buys. And I'm not talking about the buys. I'm talking about my buys. You know what I'm saying? Fucking healthy as fuck. I shouldn't have got it. But I was run down. I worked like 20 some odd days in a row. No wonder I fucking got it. No wonder. The immune system can only take so much. Stress hurts the fucking immune system. What do you think? What do you think? That's one of the things I promote in my health, is try to keep that stress low, but work's gotta come. You gotta pay the bills. Know what I'm saying? You gotta pay the bills. You gotta pay the piper. And COVID don't give a fuck if you get it or not. It's like, meh, I don't care. You still gotta work. Honestly, if it would have been 1 year ago to the day, I wouldn't have missed a single day of work. Not one. And yet, 2020, I missed the works because it's called COVID now. So, but honestly, I had nothing. Like, this is what happened. Are you listening? Fucking tune in. Okay. I had a slight fever. Now, when I say slight, it's like 2 degrees. Like from 98 to 100. Slight. Like, you get a toothache sometimes, your temperature will go up to 101. So, I had less than that. And then, the next day, I had sniffles. Sniffles. COVID was going to kill me with sniffles. Not this boy. No. I was stuffy. Stuffy and sniffles, I guess. And a cough. No, I didn't. That was just because I smoke a lot of weed. That one was COVID, for sure. But, I had sniffles and a little stuffy. And when I was stuffy, I couldn't taste shit. I was like, fuck. Here we go. And guess what? I still can't taste shit. And it's been many moons. And, like, I don't have COVID. but I don't have taste either. Look at this. I'm drinking today. I don't have whiskey. I have a protein shake. Look at this. Watch this. Okay. Now, this is a high-end protein shake. Perfect Sports, I believe, is the brand. Excellent brand, by the way. And the flavors of their protein shakes, so far anyway, that I've had, are amazing. Like, they're super strong. Some would say almost too strong. This is a pumpkin spice fucking protein shake. Super gay, I know, but that's okay. This is almost too strong for me. Normally, I'm like, what the hell? This is too strong. It's shit. And if it's too strong as shit, why are you drinking it? So I gotta blend it with extra milk or almond milk. I don't drink milk. But today, you know what this tastes like? Do you know what this tastes like? To me, it tastes foamy, cold, and wet. That's all it tastes like. Completely lost my taste and smell. What? TF. What the fuck? WTF. Fuck. I made that way longer than I needed it to be. What? TF? No. I guess it's the same syllable. What and W. Actually, W is fucking longer. It's 2 syllables. What TF is quicker than WTF. I'm going to say what TF from now on. Fuck you guys. But yeah, I don't know. I lost it all, man. Lost all my taste and smell. Many moons. Apparently, what happens is, now I'm no doctor, and if you're listening to this because you think I'm a doctor, well, you're a moron, sir. Or madam. I'm not saying you have to leave, but you are a moron. So I'm not a doctor, but this is roughly what I've seen happens. So you have a nose. When you get to COVID, apparently, it inflames the shit out of everything up there. There's sensory receptors and neurons and blah, blah, blah. A lot of stuff up to there. Not just your nasals. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. So it inflames the fuck out of everything, especially the neurons and stuff that directly help you smell. Now, apparently, if these neurons aren't used, receptors and neurons aren't used after so long, I burped it. They just die. They just die. It's kind of like being on juice or steroids, and then your balls stop producing testosterone because it just doesn't need it anymore. So if you're not going to need your smell, if you're not trying to smell and nothing's being smelt, apparently they just die, which is super lame of them, to be honest. Like, get your shit together, and just because you're not being used, you don't get to die. Right? Like, fuck. And so, that doesn't happen always. Obviously. Jesus. Spit it out, Brian. Spit it the fuck out. Someone needs to smack me upside the head. I got a stuttering problem today. But yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Not everyone loses it. Apparently just me. No. Lots of people lose it. I looked it up in the list of symptoms. It says sometimes. It should be, it's like common and then sometimes. It definitely should be more common, in my opinion, because almost everyone I know that's had it lost their taste and their smell. Almost everyone. There's a few. There's way more than not that lost their taste and smell. I think I only know like one guy, honestly, that didn't lose his taste and smell. Danny B. Danny lost her taste and smell. She thinks it's back. I think she's fucking crazy, and she don't know. But what do I know? I can't taste her taste. I tell her to do a taste test with water, She don't want to. I think she's scared to find out she actually doesn't have her fucking taste back. But to each their own. Because you can taste the textures almost. Like, you can't taste it, but your body knows. And it's like trying to trick it, it feels like. And like when you put something in your mouth for the very first time, like it feels like you might be able to taste it. And then you're like, do the test. Nothing. Fucking bullshit. Like, I feel like a cripple. You know, you see those movies with the cripples? You get in the accidents, and then they can't move their limbs, and everyone's like, fucking, move your limbs. And I'm like, come on, just do it, man. Use your willpower. Move those fucking limbs. I feel like that's what I'm trying to do with my nose. Like, I'm like, come on, man, just fucking smell it already. I feel like I can will it. But so far, it's not working. Apparently, my willpower isn't as strong as I thought it was. That's for damn sure. Because nothing. After I heard it was like inflammation and shit, I tried to put ice on it. I'm steam bathing that shit. Like, back and forth, of course. I'm not just straight steam. Steam would cause it to inflame, but it also helps loosen up some mucus and shit. So, I was trying everything, man. I had a bag of ice on my face. I had a bag of fucking ice on my face for like a long time. Well, not a long time. Spit it out, Brian. The recommended amount of time. 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off. You know how it is with ice. I'm not a doctor, though. Don't fucking listen to me. Obviously didn't work anyway. Maybe it would for you, but still, don't listen to me. I'm fucking retarded. And I had COVID. I'm probably dumber now because of it. I probably lost a few brain cells if I'm going to be honest. Like, other than that though, not too bad. It sucks losing your taste and smell. Like, if it was like the flu, I would get the flu. Okay, with the flu, at least you're puking, you're shitting, you're down for a full day for sure usually. If not 2. COVID, I wasn't really down. I had the fever, so you get a little fucking achy from fever, right? And then the next day, like I said, sniffles, stuffed up, and then I might have been stuffed up for a couple extra days, but that's it. Like, he's stuffed up, a cold. I had a fucking cold, and then I thought it was because I was stuffed up. It wasn't. My taste? Fucked. Danny's taste? Fucked. Nicholas's taste? Fucked. Skye's taste? It's fine. Fucking bitch. No. No, she's fucking good. She had a fever. One in the middle of the night pretty much, and then nothing. I don't think she had a cough. I don't think she had sniffles. I don't think she had nothing. She didn't even know she had COVID. We had to keep telling her. Because she'd be up in your face. And you'd be like, back the fuck up. You got COVID. Even though it didn't really matter if we got COVID again. Because, guess what? Don't need a vaccine. Immune now. It didn't matter. We just wanted her out of her face. That, and you just teach her, get out of people's face when you have COVID or flu or sickness or anything. But, yeah, man. COVID. It's still here. 2021. Still here, man. Like I said, I'm going to call it. And I'm going to say, well, vaccines are out now. So, man, she should just plummet. But if it doesn't plummet right away, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say, this is Alberta. So we're up north. We got a different time schedule for you than you, probably. But it seems to be worse in cold temperatures. So it's really cold up here. So it's really worse. Makes sense. And you'd be like, well, how come other northern provinces in Canada aren't getting it? Well, if you looked at a fucking map, dummy, you'd notice that the majority of the Canadian citizens actually live at the fucking border. Yeah, they're not that north. Like, all of Ontario, like 90% of Ontario, 95% of Ontario, our biggest fucking province, which I hate because it takes literally 24, not 23, 24 hours to drive through. Now, for an example, Manitoba takes 4. PEI, tip to tip, 2.5 hours. You see what I'm saying here? Alberta is like maybe 6 hours. Ontario, 24 hours. It should be 4 provinces. And yet, 95% of it lives in the most southern tip. And that's where all of Canada's votes also go. So that's great. In that one section. So it doesn't matter how the rest of the country votes. That one section decides. And because they're on the east, they get to vote first. Sucks. Once we see their vote, it's like, why is the West even voting? Because it makes no difference. Sucks. But yeah, all of us live in the fucking pretty much the south. So it's actually a lot warmer for them. But Alberta's different. We have more northern people. And so call it, I'm going to say April. April or March. Because of vaccines, it'll definitely make it earlier. So I'm going to say March. It's still pretty cold in March, though. I'm going to say end of March, 1st of April. I'm going to call it. And that's when we'll see no more COVID again. And then with all of summer and then vaccines fucking ramping up, it'll be even crazier. I'm hoping we don't see it again next September like we did this year. Because that's exactly the schedule it followed. We hit March, April. And then it got warm. And then COVID went away. And then it got really warm. And it's like people were almost thinking it wouldn't come back. And I'm sitting here as an educated and being like, okay then, bud. It's definitely coming back as soon as it gets cold. Guess what? As soon as it got cold, fucking stuttering. It came back. Just like I called it. I'm not a doctor, but I ain't no dummy. Well, that's debatable too. Just on this one time I got right. I got lucky, to be honest. But you know how it goes, man. COVID. But, honestly, since I wasn't really down that long, and I don't know how they do it where you do it, but here, it's only 10-day isolation. I know you hear 14 a lot. 14-day isolation. We have a 14-day isolation, but only, which is stupid, only if you come in from another country. You got to isolate for 14 days. Now, you don't even have to have COVID to isolate for 14 days. What? I don't know, man. So, if you come from outside the country, isolate for 14 days, no COVID. Inside the country, get COVID, 10 days. 10 days. That makes perfect sense, right? Right? Okay, if it does to you, could you please explain it to me? Because I went through it, and I have no idea still. I'm like, what? Really? 10 days? And they're like, yep. I'm like, But if a guy comes from outside the country, no COVID, 14 days. Yup. Test negative, still 14 days? Yup. Sounds pretty stupid. Now, what if inside the country, test positive COVID 10 days, right? Then I try to go back to work, retest, right? Because you want to check, make sure I don't have it, because earlier time, 10 days, you want to double check, right? No, just go to work. Okay. What? Man, from what I can tell, there is nobody fucking has a clue. Now, again, I'm not a doctor, but shouldn't those days be the same? I don't know. Now, this is what they told me. If you get a symptom, okay, of COVID, technically, that's your day. Say it was the 15th. Makes it easier. Now, you get a symptom on the 15th. Doesn't matter the month. Pick a month, man. February. So you get a symptom. Fever. On the 15th. Now, technically, you got to go back up to 14 days to figure out who you were in contact with, because potentially you could have had it for that long before you've shown symptoms. Now, typically it's not. Typically it's about 5+ days. But it can be up to 14 or longer before you show symptoms. That's the scary part. Then, that day, the 15th, so already you're going back as far as almost the 2nd of February. Now, on the 15th, that's your symptom. Now, you have potentially 10 to 14 days, depending on whose rules you go by, that you're still potentially infectious. So, that's almost 28 fucking days. That's like 20 to 28 days that you're potentially infectious. How would anyone know if they've ever had it? Like a sniffle. A sniffle is a symptom. Well, if you come in from outside and it's cold, guess what? Sniffles. That's just the way it works. Guess what? You now have COVID. Apparently. No, not like that. But you might. And now you got to fucking call your emergency line and fucking figure out if you've been in contact with anyone for the last blah, blah, blah. And then you got to get tested and wait 3 days for a test. And then if it's negative, you can go back to work. But then you just killed 3 days of your own time. And then if you are positive, you just never know. And then 10 days later, you go back to work and you still could have it. Hey, man, not my rules. I followed them. Not a big fan, but I followed them. Stupid, but I followed them. Because why? There's nothing else to follow. You have to. Or they wouldn't let me come back to work. I could have stayed home, like, hey, man, no, I just don't know. And I'm going to go get retested, I guess. That's on me. That's my prerogative, I guess. But I didn't. I just wanted to get back to work. I was so fucking bored, man. Now, I love my family, but I don't want to spend that much time with them. I just don't. We don't have that many things in common. Like, I'm fucking cool as fuck. They're not. So, you know, the best part of them is me. Nah, they're good peoples. We had some fun. We watched a lot of movies and TV shows. And honestly, that was the longest downtime I've had all year. All year, man. Seriously. Isn't that fucked up? I had a vacation in September. Supposed to be a week. But COVID fucked it up. I didn't get it. No one got it. But I only was going on vacation because my mother was coming to visit. Oh, mama's boy. And She couldn't come visit because of COVID, because 14-day isolation. Stupid. Especially since she returned to a province that had like 0 cases at the time. 0. And they still isolated her for 14 days. Our smallest province, Prince Edward Island, the best province. And they still made her isolate. No cases. Do a test. It's negative? Okay, then fuck off. But no, that's not their rule. It's come home, stay for 14 days. They don't even force you to get a test. Like, what? If you don't know, within 20 to 30 fucking days, anywhere in there, you could be contagious. So 14, fuck all. You would think the first thing you would do is just test them. Test them. And then negative, let them fucking run free, man. I hate this COVID. But, I don't know, it's just a bunch of nonsense. Everyone fights and stuff. Like I said before, my favorite thing is everyone's saying, no flu. Because everyone's wearing masks. Why is COVID going up? Because no one's wearing masks. It's beautiful. It's the perfect statement for COVID. Like, the entire time, it's two sides, I feel like. I've always, like, even from the get-go, pretty much, I was a little worried, man. I was a little worried. I called my mother. I was like, hey, stay inside. And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay. Because she's my mom. What the fuck am I going to do? Tell her to actually stay inside and she listens? No. But what she did do is tell me she's just going to basically die the way she loves to live. She works at an old age home, I guess. Old seniors home? Not a seniors home. It's a private facility, I guess, where a bunch of elderly folk, 90, 80-year-olds, and she takes care of those fellas. So, yeah, if she was going to get it, well, they were all going to die for sure. They're 90 years old. But if she was going to go out, she was going to go out taking care of people she cared about. And I respect that. I don't like it because I want my mom to be here forever. But that's her decision. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Nothing. Fuck all. Fuck's sakes. But I was a little concerned at first. And I was like, oh, fuck, what is this? And then once the things started rolling in and people started getting it and you could see the numbers, I was like, oh, that ain't that bad. That ain't that bad. And it wasn't. And I still think that if I didn't work that many days in a row, I wouldn't even have got it. Because I'm healthy as fuck. Danny would have got it. I'm surprised Danny's not dead, to be honest. Like, as bad as COVID is, as bad as they say COVID is, for people with comorbidity, so basically symptoms of something else or bad health. Anyway, other fucked up shit going on in your life, like diabetes, or you got AIDS and then you get COVID and then you die. But it's because you had no immune system, bro. Of course you died from COVID. So that would be, but they'd still classify it as a COVID death, but it's a comorbidity because he had AIDS. So Danny's health is fucked. So she gets everything. Like, she's got strokes at early age. She lost all of her internal organs, I think. I don't think she has any blood. I'm pretty sure it's just fucking paper and sticks in there holding her together. She's bad shape. I told her I should have traded her in at 30. Fuck, man. I fucked up, man. But whatever. Stuck with her now. Well, not really. I could get rid of her, but I love her, I guess. Fuck's sakes. Whatever. But I'm surprised COVID didn't take her out for sure. I was like, oh, fuck. Out of everyone in this fucking house, the only person I was like, okay, we can't take it in because of Danny. But if Danny wasn't here, I'm like, let's fucking do this. I ain't worried. Wasn't worried at all. There wasn't one time when I had the COVID and I was like, I think I'm going to die. Not once. Not once. I've had the flu and thought I was going to die. But not COVID. But healthy as F. Healthy AF. So that's probably why. I take care of myself, man. But then again, maybe not. Because, like I said, Danny didn't die. So maybe it's just weak-ass sauce. And maybe I'm weak sauce. Because I got it. Maybe I'm not healthy AF. Fuck. Do I need to step my game up? I am going to step my game up. You know why? 2021, man. 2021. And there's only one thing to do each year. I keep telling you. Just get better. That's my goal for 2021. Fucking stop hitting those springs. That's a weird... Look, hear it? I don't like that noise. Let's stop that right now. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. Now, how? I'd say that. I say that, but I know what you want. I know what you want. You want me to say some specific goals so that I can fail at them and fall on my face and you get to laugh at me. Guess what, homie? Ain't gonna happen. I'll give you some specifics that I'm gonna do this year, and it's gonna happen. Always does. Always. So, fitness. That's pretty much the big game for me right now. So, I got a bunch of little fitness challenges I'm gonna do for myself for 2021. Stop hitting that fucking spring, man. One, my biggest, it used to be handstands. Still working on handstands. Handstands are fucking fantastic. I don't know why. I swallowed a fly. Perhaps I'll die. But handstands, great. I'm trying to work on a handstand press. Press to handstand? Handstand press. Handstand press. Now, that's not a handstand push-up, which is weird. Because a handstand push-up is basically a shoulder press. It's not a push-up. But it's a push-up. And a handstand press isn't even a press. It's so fucked up. So a handstand press is basically, imagine standing straight up in the air on your feet. Okay? Are you with me? You're with me so far. Standing straight up on your feet. Okay? Now, basically, you want to touch your toes almost, but as far out as you can go that you can touch your toes. Like push up with, maybe outside shoulder width, and you're going to lock your elbows out, and then you're going to almost go into a handstand, but your feet are going to stay on the floor, right? So you're going to bring your feet into your hands, and you're going to come up on your tippy toes. You're going to come up as high as you can, and then guess what? This is where the fucking magic happens. So you're going to come in. So basically you're in a V right now. Really tight V. Hands in the ground, on your tippy toes, and then from your hips, you're going to take your fucking legs and bring them straight up. No, you don't kick them up. That's where the press happens. It's the press of the legs up. Straight up. Coming out from a fucking down to the ground, out to 90 degrees, straight up. That's what I want. That's one thing I want. Handstand press. I want to be cool as fuck. Cooler than fuck. Because I'm already cool as fuck. It's not even debatable. But I want to be cooler than fuck. And I think a handstand press could do it. But handstands is going to work on it. Walking on my hands is still really the goal. Walk on my hands, handstand press. That's cool. If I can do those for handstands, that's good. But I'm not done yet. You thought I was done? One goal. You thought I had some handstands. No, man. No. Come on. Think about it. Use your brain. You shouldn't even ask dumb questions. You think about it, say it in your head, and then when it sounds dumb up there, don't say it. Pretty simple. I got a bunch actually. I want to do planche push-ups. Now, I talked about this before, but they're still going. Planche push-ups. Okay, this is it. I want to do planche push-ups, L-sits, pistol squats, muscle-ups, and my handstand shit. I think that's it for this year. Now, there's going to be variations of those, I'm sure. There's all types of things now. All types of things. I got into this calisthenics shit, bodyweight exercises, and my eyes, look at them. Look at them. Can you see them? You see how wide open they are? They're fucking wide open to new exercises, new challenges. Like, I'm going to try. That's another challenge, I think, for 2021. I'm going to try to put on a little bit more muscle. Just a little bit. Nothing serious. Maybe a pound. I'm going to put a little bit more on. Grow a little bit. And I'm going to try to do it with 0 weights. Basically. What? 0. And you're going to grow muscle. Yeah, man. And you think you're going to do it? People were like, well, you can't hit those low numbers. You're just going to do push-ups, and then next thing you know, you're going to be doing 50, 100 push-ups. Well, to that I say, and what's your point? You don't think you could build muscle doing 50 to 100 push-ups? Hundreds of anything? You're going to build muscle. Like, duh. If you've never done hundreds of push-ups, you're going to build muscle. But that's not even it really, though. I can take any movement that I can do 50 of and change it up slightly that I can only do 3 of. Almost same move, like push-up. Well, you move from a push-up to a planche push-up. Can't do too many of those. Can't even do a real planche push-up. I can do pseudo push-ups, which is a planche push-up. Okay, if you don't know, a pseudo push-up is a push-up where your hands are at your waist. So all your center of gravity is at your hands, and so you're lifting almost all of your weight in a pseudo push-up. Your feet are still on the ground. You're just pushing from your waist. I put my hands backwards. You can go from the side. I like backwards when I go so far. If I'm only a little bit, like kind of belly, I'll go sideways. But waist, I go backwards. And lock out that fucking arm. And but that's a pseudo push-up. You go for planche, those feet that are on the ground come off the ground. It looks so fantastic. It looks like a fucking they should call it a Superman push-up. I don't know why they call it planche. Is planche something else? No idea. But they look fantastic. I've mentioned this before once, I'm pretty sure. And then you go from planche, and because I'm already training it, planche, you can go from planche, floating on your hands, by your waist, and then push yourself straight up into a fucking handstand press, pretty much. With just shoulder flexion. Your fucking legs come straight out, nothing bends, nothing kicks up, just fucking shoulder flexion sends your feet up into the air. Oh my God, it makes my dick hard thinking about it. I want it so bad. So bad. I don't know why. I've never wanted something so bad in my life. Sex, of course, but I mean, fitness-wise. Like, I've struggled for goals before. Like, yeah, I want to bench press this, and I want to squat that, and blah, blah, and I want to weigh this. And now I'm just like, I just want to fucking do cool skills, man. If I can do cool skills, I'm fit as fuck. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't care how much I can bench. Makes no difference. I'll get strong. I'll get just as strong. With just my body. Ooh, just my body. Just my body. You want to touch my body? You know you do. Fuck, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to look sexy as fuck, too. 2022 is going to be a fucking whole different Brian. You thought I was going to stay the same? Listen, you joined Bag Milk. I think you know better. Brian doesn't stay the same. He just keeps moving and evolving. I get too bored too easily, man. So, this is what I did last year. I kicked off Bag Milk with a vengeance, and we just kept evolving all year long. So, 2021, it's got to be the same thing. We just got to keep evolving. Not sure how exactly yet, because it's only like a couple days into 2021. But we got 360 some days to figure it the fuck out. That's lots. Lots of time. But don't squander on them. No. Don't be one of those procrastinators. Procrastinator? Masturbator. An ass masturbator. Ass masturbator. Nice. That's a good word. I'm going to use that somewhere down the road, I think. I'm going to try. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to slam it into a sentence somewhere. You're a ass masturbator. Yeah. Fucking right. But don't be one of those and fucking wait till the end of the year to figure it all out. And be like, well, just wait. That'll be my New Year's resolution for 2022. No. That's so stupid. People that say New Year's resolutions don't work, don't put the work in. It's as simple as that. It's not like you toss a coin into a fountain and then you just wish for your resolution. I wish I could quit smoking. And then smoke. I didn't quit. Did you try? Not really. Well, there's always next year. No, you dumb fuck. Start now. Now! Don't wait till Monday. I was always famous for waiting till Monday. Monday's a perfect day to start the gym. At least that's what I thought. You know what's better than Monday? Any day. Monday is literally one of the busiest days at the gym. Why would you want to start it on a fucking Monday? Start it on a Sunday. A Tuesday. Friday fucking night is the absolute deadest a gym will ever be. There's all the guys who will get in there maybe super early and fucking get a quick pump on for the guns, and then it's bar night. The fucking gym's always dead on Friday. Start your routine on a Friday. Don't wait. Don't wait all year. Don't wait till Monday. Just figure it out. What's tomorrow? Start it tomorrow. Don't start it today. I'm one of those people. I'm like, nah, I won't start it today. That's dumb. Unless I'm just waking up. If I'm just waking up and I'm still in bed and I'm like, I'm going to do it today. I'll do it today then. But I mean, if I'm already rolling halfway through the day and like, I'm going to eat healthier today. Nah, probably not. I'll do it tomorrow though. But you do you. You figure it out. If you can think you can come home and cook up a healthy meal, do it. Do something. I don't know, man. That's just me. My New Year's resolution's fitness. I don't know what the fuck yours is. Mine last year was to read more books and stuff. Did that. Crushed them. Still crushing them. That's going to be a lifelong not a goal, but a lifelong commitment now. It's just listening and reading more books. Did you know that there's information in there that you didn't know before? And then if you listen to them, now you know that information? It is pretty fucked up. That it's just like all those books out there, they're just sitting there with all this fucking knowledge. And as soon as you read it, you know it too. Well, a good majority. Depends on your level. Like if you read the most advanced medical book in the world, you would have almost no idea. Almost none. But you would know some words. Like you can read it. But you wouldn't know the things. Then if you read another medical book, you'd be like, hey, I remember that part. Oh, that's what they meant by that. And now you know that one part just a little bit better. And then it goes more and more and more and more and more. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's how knowledge works. It's weird. You would think everyone would be so much smarter because we have internet. I think the internet makes us dumber. Stick with the books. Stick with the books. Because everyone's got their asshole on the internet. I mean, their opinion, which is like an asshole, on the internet. And opinions don't mean shit. Well, some opinions do. But I mean, you gotta have some credentials backing that fucking opinion. You better. But fuck. Like, my opinion don't mean that much. Shouldn't anyway. But if it matters to you, whatever. Good on you. It's good opinion. You're a good person. If that helps. Sure. Oh, yeah. So, while I was on the COVID, watched a bunch of new shit. Some crazy shit. I'm getting into these Korean movies and TV series. I don't know why. They do some crazy shit, man, that we don't do over here. I don't know why we don't, but we don't. I watched Sweet Home on Netflix. Have you seen this shit? Fucked up. But I love it. It's about a bunch of people living in an apartment building and monsters exist. They break out and these monsters are fucking fantastic. Some of them are pretty cheesy, but it's fantastic. It's like almost a little bit of comedy in there. That's why it's so cheesy. But then even some of the characters are a little fucked up. But it's just, it's out there. It's Tiger King out there. That, and I watched Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai, man. Season 3. If you're not watching Cobra Kai, well, one, you're probably too young to remember Karate Kid. But that's, being that it is 2021, that shouldn't be an issue. Because you can find that anywhere and watch it probably instantaneously. So watch The Karate Kid. And that's what I liked about season 3, is they're bringing the second Karate Kid into play now, which is fantastic. Now I'm going to wonder if they're going to bring 3 and then the girl. Or was 3 the girl? Fuck, I'm so fucked up. Either way, fantastic series. Fantastic series. I thought for a while they were going to go, I'm going to be honest, a little SJW on me. But no, they didn't. It was pretty good. Some people complained that they the first season, it was like the boys, of course. Danny, LaRusso, and Johnny. And why can't I remember Johnny's last name? Poor Johnny. Justice for Johnny. Hashtag Justice for Johnny in the comments. Fuck. And basically, they were training. Daniel actually ended up training Johnny's son. And then Johnny ended up training a local kid that he liked his mom. Cool. Second season, though, everyone started getting girlfriends. Everyone's making out all the time. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Everyone's girls now? Oh, they want the girls to fight. And that's what I was like, oh, okay, here we go. And then, but no, they're badass, man. They're pretty badass. And then the third season, it's just as much the boys and the girls. Like, it's fighters, man. They're just fucking kids fighting, and it's fantastic. It's an all-around good show, I think. It's got some good lessons in there, blah, blah, blah. But it's just a kick-ass show, man. There's one scene where all the kids, man, both sides, by the end of it, there's actually 3 teams, and they go all out in this house fight, man. It's fantastic. It's one of the greatest fight scenes I've seen since Daredevil. And that was one of my favorite shows. But when you have all these kids, I'm sure they're somewhat older kids, but still kids, and a lot of them. And they're all simultaneously, that's not a word, fighting. I could almost feel the excitement. Like I was like, I bet when they finish this scene, it was such an epic scene that I was like, I bet once they finish this scene, everyone was like, fuck yeah. Because it was so epic, and it probably took like a bajillion takes, and that was the end goal. Like, that was probably the biggest scene from the season, I think. And they crushed it. They crushed it. Crushed it. That was me cheering. But yeah, man, you got to get in on some Cobra Kai. Some Cobra Kai. That, and it's just respect for Mr. Miyagi. May he rest in peace. Also checked out, I started watching this other show, Korean as well. Alice in Borderland. Seems like it's going to be fantastic as well. Fantastic. Because it seems fucked up as well. First episode, all I seen was these 3 kids. Are they kids? They're probably the same 3 from the other show. I'm not even sure, to be honest. They kind of look the same. Racist. But so these 3 kids, I did think one of them was from the other show. I had to look it up. It wasn't him. These 3 kids, they go into a building. Okay, before the building, they're out in the city. It's all hustling and bustling, blah, blah, blah. And then they go in the building, and then the next thing you know, they come out, and nothing. Where is everyone? It's quiet. But this was like Times Square busy. Pre-COVID. And now nothing. And then you see this big fucking sign like at Times Square, and it lights up. Game is about to commence in 2 minutes. Players, get ready. Now, verbatim, it wasn't exactly that, but you get the point. And I'm like, what the fuck? 2 minutes? What the hell's going on? So anyway, they rush around. 2 other people end up joining them, and once you get into the actual game zone, you can't leave without being killed, basically. So that sucks. And then they go in, and it's doors. So they go in the first door, and then you go in the first door, then it's a room with 2 doors. And then they send someone to open a door, and he gets killed. So that's when they figure out, oh, okay, 1 door kill, 1 door safe. And then you're like, what the fuck is this game? Anyway, they make it out. But the game's not over. So I don't know what happens in episode 2. But shit seems like it's going to go buck wild. Then I like that. That's what the Koreans do, man. They do these weird things. And sometimes it's action, but still a little funny. Like, that's what I liked about the Sweet Home. They'd be like right fucked up and serious. And then you get this guy coming in, and it's just ridiculous. You're like, you shouldn't exist, sir. You should not exist. But you do. And it's great. It's great. I love it. I love it. I'm in love with it. I'm going to fuck it. Raw dog. No condom. I don't even care if it has AIDS. It's pretty hard to get AIDS nowadays anyway, right? Like, fuck. I'd have to have cuts all over my cock and doodle. She'd have to have cuts all in her vagina. And then that's that. Maybe I'll get AIDS from that. It's pretty hard nowadays. I only know like one straight guy in my life that has AIDS. He got him from using needles. So, that is what it is. I don't, Well, You know what my daughter said the other day? I was so annoyed. I'm so annoyed at my daughter. Not really annoyed, but sometimes. One, she does not know how to go to sleep. Like, she'll be like, okay, gotta go sleep. And she'll put her hands up in the air while she's laying down. And I'm like looking at her in the dark. I'm like, what are you doing? She'll be like, nothing. I'm like, go to sleep. She's like, I am. I'm like, your hands are in the air. Then she'll put them down. But then, like, 2 seconds later, she's like almost standing up. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Lay down. Go to sleep. So she did this to me the other day. After a bunch of go to sleeps, she gives me one of these. Hey, Dad. Did you know? And I'm like, no. And I thought to myself, no, don't. You only get so many conversations with your daughter. I was like, let her speak. Maybe it's super special. And she says to me, Dad, I know how to spell the letter C. And I'm like, okay, enough. Go to sleep. What the fuck? The ridiculous stuff she says. I know how to spell the letter C. This kid can write words. This is not, if it was 2 years ago and she said, I know how to spell the letter C, I would have laughed. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute. You just spell the letter C by saying C. Actually, she said, I know how to spell the word C. But maybe she meant S-E-A. And now I'm the idiot. Well, I am the idiot. But maybe I'm a further idiot and an asshole. Wow. Yeah, that could be, man. I was just like so frustrated because she wouldn't stop talking, wouldn't stop moving. I'm like, what are you doing? Dad, I can spell the word C. Nope, not at this time of night. You can't. Sure as fuck not. Not going to happen. Bedtime. She actually went to sleep after that one. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, she's not going to stop. COVID. Fuck. Every time now I cough, I'm like, that's it. Still got the COVID, even though I didn't have a cough. And people, man, they look at you different. It's like you're a pariah now. Oh, he's got the COVID. You can see them whispering. Man, even the smell and taste thing, it's like a secret club. Like, even when you tell people that have COVID, you have to come in, like, right secretive, and you look around, make sure no one's listening. You gotta get in close and be like, psst. Hey, when you had COVID, did you lose your taste and smell? And this is how I know it's a secret group. Because most of them will be like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, oh, I did. I totally lost that shit. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I lost it. But, yeah, it was only for like 5 or 6 days. What? You don't think that's important to mention? Huh? Come on. 5 or 6 days, no taste or smell. That's pretty important. But everyone's hiding it because they're scared. You gotta be in a secret clique to talk about it. Only us COVIDers. COVIDers? COVIDers. COVIDers can talk about it. It's a secret club. And first rule of the secret club is to talk about the secret club. We want everyone to know that most of you are losing your taste and smell. Don't fucking lie about it. Don't be trying to be secretive. I ain't putting up with that shit. Well, I don't know, man. Here's to 2021, though. It can't get much worse, can it? Fuck, I shouldn't have said that. 2021's like, hold my beer. Fucking show me. Well, I hope not. I hope it's a good one. And I hope it's a good one for fucking everyone. I hope everyone that's listening follows along, grows with bag milk. I hope you grow yourself. And 2021 is going to be our year. Fuck yeah. All right. I've yabbered on enough. You guys enjoy your week. I'm out.